This Pax Dei video is all about the real meta for the best base locations. Now, I'm telling you this because no one else told the truth on this. Every content creator that I've looked up that is mentioning this kind of stuff is in the absolutest of wrongs. There is a clear and cut meta to where you should and should not build if you want to save time and be efficient. Now, a lot of people are just plopping down places randomly because it looks pretty, looks beautiful. But the truth is that it's going to severely hinder your mid and late game gameplay if you don't pick a right spot, or you might need multiple plots for a forward base, so to speak, or like a halfway base. Let's get started. I'm just gonna show you right now exactly what I'm talking about. No one else is gonna tell you this, but I'm gonna tell you this because I'm not a greedy person. I like to share the wealth, share the knowledge. Let's open the map. So this map that I am on is Eniscalia, and there's two other maps, and they're all kind of the same. Let me explain how the map works. So you will see these red lines coursing around the map. Inside of these red lines, and you may be thinking, well, what's inside the red lines? So, like, here's Nonus, and this is inside the red line, this big circle around Nonus. Then you have Cherkassus, which is this big circle around Cherkassus. These are the build zones. These are the zones that you're allowed to build in, whereas outside of the red line, you can't build out here. Now, why is that? Well, that's because there's rarer resources. So let me give you a bad example of where to live. And I think this might be where Damone Kim lives. I haven't actually looked. I haven't really paid attention. I've been doing my own thing. But the worst possible location would be like building all the way down here near these dungeons. There might be some rare resources near dungeon spawns, of course. But there's not nearly as much. So in order to get to the rare resources, and it's not just like iron, it's also plants, it's also certain creatures, certain mobs you have to kill. You have to take a perilous journey from here. You have to walk all the way out here. But even then, here's another hint on the map. You see how, like, this part is filled with trees and a bunch of detail, whereas this, like, cloudy part here in the middle of this line is there's, like, nothing there. It's kind of blurry. This is a mountain. And if you can't build on the mountain, you can't Fortnite your way down as a shortcut. You basically are forced, in this Cherkassus' case, you have to take the road. You have to follow the damn road, and you might be able to cut through here, maybe. I've never explored there. There's a chance that you could cut through here. Most likely not. You'll probably have to take the road all the way through here, and then go this way into the middle of the map where the rare resources are. Or you can go up north and follow this road over this way. That seems to be the only two legitimate openings. Yeah, there could be a shortcut, maybe, possibly. You'll have to explore and find out for yourself. But Cherkassus here is massively walled off all the way here, all the way up here. So there's two roads that lead out, and then you have to travel over here to Nonus to get to this road to go out into the higher tier yield zones and the higher level mobs and the rare plants and the rare foods. This walk from here all the way up to here is about 40 minutes, okay? And then let's say you go out here to this little mining outpost and you get a bunch of heavy iron, or wrought iron, or pure iron, whatever you want to call it. Well, that's 40 minutes, and then, another 10 to 20 to mine it, whatever. And then you have to walk all the way back to deposit it to your base. 40 minutes back and forth. That's your whole day. That's your whole day. But if you live right here, look how freaking close you are. You walk up here, you get the metal, you come back, you're good. You can literally come up here and farm all the metal every 30 minutes. That's the spawn timer. If you haven't watched my other guide videos, resources have a 30-minute respawn timer. So Mr. walks all the way from down in this corner all the way up in here, all the way here. He's got to not only walk 40 minutes, he's got to wait 30 minutes for all the other guilds that are already here camping the resources. Hopefully he plays at 4 in the morning to get anything. He's getting nothing. And by the time he fills up his inventory and comes all the way back, like, these guys are going to just be partying, and these guys are going to be suffering in the mid to late game. And you get to mid to late game on your second day if you know what you're doing. Solo. You can get to mid to late game solo. Now, another thing, too, is you're like, Soul Benchy, but you can teleport home. Okay, yes and no. For Cherkassus, The teleport stone, okay, for those that don't know, these little stones, these little rectangles, that's respawn points when you die. The big one is a teleport home. You can set your home here and teleport to it. So, what this guy can do, if he has a base here, he can be like, I want to teleport home, whoop, 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 and then he gets teleported here, and then the walk isn't so bad. But he can't teleport home because chapels and churches are not in the game yet. And there's no teleport magic from anything in the data files, the game files, and no one's made a video and no website is reported on a teleport spell. And we don't even know if churches are something you can build, or when they're coming, or if they're ever coming. It's just something someone said on Discord, which I'm banned from. I can't see it anymore, so I can't really investigate. But living in this little corner would be hell. Okay? Now, what's a good spot? Well, you want to build on the border of the red line, as close as you freaking can, but not too close, because you want access to the tier 1 materials, because out here, like, tier 1 materials, you might find some, but most likely not. So here, let me show you an example where I live. So, I live right here, which is really close to the red line, and lucky for us, this mountain has a shortcut, which a guild did wall off, but they saw my video, and they built me some stairs. What a nice bunch of lads. Alright, and, but I also have a shortcut over this way, which is a ridge. I don't have to, like, swim across and follow the road to get here. So, I'm really close to resources. I am, like, a little 5-minute walk away from resources, okay? I can literally control all the resources in this area. But also, I'm near a bunch of other dungeons and resources down here. And let me talk about resources. So, I explored the entire top of the map, right? Jura is the most populated area in the entire game. I'm playing on the most populated server in the entire game. This has more players than anyone else in Jura. Where is their border? Well, it's not here because this is mountains. They have to come down here to the road to get to the middle areas, which I have not scouted, but I have scouted the north part. So, you walk your happy ass all the way up north, and then you decide to explore this big-ass wasteland. Now, there is the tier 2 iron in these zones. There's also bears. And that's it. There's a few knights, there's bears, and there's iron. I have found maybe a few rare plants, but this area is mostly a barren wasteland of nothing, okay? And the reason why it is because it is close to the gates here that link to the other maps. So, the meta, if you haven't pieced it together yet, and I'm sorry to waste 8 minutes of your time explaining this stuff, but it's very important that you understand. The meta is to, 1, place your base as far away from these other maps as possible, because all of the maps, all of the gates, and the areas around the gates are mostly barren with very low resources. This one doesn't have a whole lot of... I've scouted this in alpha, didn't have a lot. And I made sure to do it at 4 in the morning so no one was actively farming it, right? Whereas over here, decent, very good over here. You know, if you're in Tricasis, move your ass right here. Move your ass right here, move your ass right here. Well, this is a mountain, so you gotta be careful with that. You gotta look for shortcuts, maybe, and hope a guild doesn't wall it off or something. But yeah, either like right here, if there's shortcuts up the mountain, right here is good. This is a good spot. You go up here, you farm up here, you can farm over here, you farm over here. You're close to basically everything, right? You're close to trees, you're close to many different biomes. So let's talk about biomes. So this is a tree biome, this is a different tree biome, this is like a little rocky biome, a little desert biome, different looking tree biome here. And you also want to look for, inside the biomes, you want to look for these little weird springy plant thingies, right? These little plant thingies. You also want to look for red ones if you can, like these little red plant thingies. If you're near like all of these different biomes, like let me show you our base. So our base, we have the springy plants, we got the bushy trees, more springy plants, we got this kind of stuff here, the murky stuff, we got this stuff over here. The red plants, not a lot of, which is reeds, but that's okay. You know, reeds aren't too far away, and there's still some scattered in these areas, right? But what's most important is I'm near all the tier 2 resources here. There's nothing in here. I've scattered this whole little island, nothing there yet. There's mobs you can kill, but they're huge packs of mobs. They're too dangerous for a solo player, right? And I haven't really looked over here yet too much, but yeah, you definitely want to, again, live on the border of the red line if possible. And once if this video gets a lot of views, like 10K views, everyone's gonna be freaking moving. But right now, everyone is stupid and new, and they don't think their way through. They didn't play the alphas, and a lot of people that played alphas kept this stuff secret. I hate keeping secrets in MMOs. I want everyone to be as knowledgeable as me. That way we can all be on equal level footing, you know, and, dude, everyone's, like, living in Jura, especially, like, this chunk. I know that's a spawn point. But also, yeah, keep in mind the spawn points. So the only downside to my living space is the damn spawn points. I have one way the hell over here. This is a 40-minute walk, even with roads. And the other one is way the hell over here in Adrenes. And this is an even longer walk, though it does have me walk through the farmy zone. So I could technically, like, teleport here, farm all this, walk back, you know, have, like, a little drop-off base here, like, on the border, like a little bonus base that I would walk to. Walk here, grab all this stuff, donate it, set it home, come back, grab all this stuff, go back to the halfway house, grab stuff or donate it, walk back. Yeah, I don't know. You get the idea, right? Basically, if you have 2 or even 3 bases, you can triangulate your farm routes so that all 3 bases have materials, and then you can have, like, 1 base is a metal base, 1 base is a fiber base, and 1 base is a hunting base. Also, do note that for hunting and for food, which I don't think is very important, there's all these YouTubers like, the best crafting in the game is cooking! No, it's not. It's not. You want to be near this kind of forest. This is the most boar-infested of forests. Bears, you have, you know, your deer and your rabbits. Whereas a forest looking like this, not really forest, more of a swamp. This is not a forest of plains. There's still some animals, but not nearly as many. But yeah, I can, like, come down here and, like, kill, like, 50 boars in, like, 20 minutes, bro. But if you live in bum heck nowhere up here in the dusty lands, right? Like in this field, there's some boars, maybe 5 or 6 spawns. Now, also clay. I want to talk about clay. This type of, like, biome right here with the springy things and all the grassy grass and the pretty colors. This is where you're going to find the most regular iron, the most clay, and the most stone. So look for these, which I happen to live a pretty short walk away from. I have a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, but I have a bunch right here. And this is a little 5-minute walk, so I can do a 5-minute walk down here, load up fully on stone, deposit it, go over here, get all the tier 2 iron, deposit it, everything's cooking, everything's like building up. Like, I want to tell you, I want to show you progress. All right, I've been playing for about 40 hours. This is day 3 of launch. I am in a duo. My duo partner does not gather. He does not PvE. He just crafts. He is the crafter. I am the gatherer. I'm also the warrior because, like, look at my combat skills. I've got max polearms, max block, working on a little bit on bows, hand spears, and maces. And we have full walls. Look, I can just zoom out and show you like this. Let me get zoomed out here. So this whole castle wall, like, area that's walled off here is ours. We have the hyper, you know, fancy benches. And yeah, this is Boss. He bought me the game. BossLobbies.com, not sponsored. He's just a cool guy. He owns his own little business there. So check that out if you want. Nice, cool guy. I think we're vibing pretty good. But yeah, that is the meta for how to pick your base. If you have any questions, I'll feel free to help you out. So yeah, there you go. And don't worry so much about respawns. You don't die too much. If you do die, it's not a lot. Like, if I die, oh, I'm really close to home. Whoop-de-doo, I can re-gear. But you get when you die, you get teleported to the closest one within your biome. So, for instance, if I cross this line and die, I go all the way over here. If I don't cross this line and die, I go to this one, right? And if I die in the middle, well, it's whichever one is closer, okay? So keep that in mind. If you do plan to die or death warp or explore, you can actually explore a little bit faster when you're naked by death warping around. And you could also do a resource grab with death warping if you have if you have a chest or like a throwaway base, as I call it. So for instance, let's say that I wanted to farm right here. Well, I put a little throwaway base here, and all I have to do is die and death warp here, and then I just, you know, cross this river, boom, boom, you know, and then teleport home over here if I want, wherever I live. If I live down here, and teleport home. There's lots of little tricks you can to min-max your travel. But there you go. That's all the tips. That's the meta. That's the proper way to build your base. It's where you should build your base. Also, if you want to know where I live on Enisgalia. The server is Prometheus, US East, and I'm down here in Nonus in the bottom left corner. So come drop me out some stuff. I want magic gear that has spells. Damn it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. A lot of people are going to downvote this video for a few reasons. Reason number one, I've been kind of a dick to the community because the devs are dicks to me and ban me unfairly. So that's fair. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to puff up my chest. I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm not going to be bullied by developers, okay? Reason number two is I'm a troller and a griefer, okay? And every game I play, I'm going to grief people. Like, I can't wait to box people in on this game. I can't wait to do all sorts of little hijinks, make floating chests around their dumb bases. Reason number three is that I tell the absolute truth, regardless if it hurts anyone's little feels. And also, yeah, that's basically it. So leave a like. And reason number four is because people will try to downvote the video so that no one else learns this valuable information, okay? Finally, with that said, click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, then your milk's gonna go bad one day early.